Hell yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
so
what
the
about
format's
No, that was
gonna,
next.
the lemon list?
so the format's gonna be pretty straightforward.
I'm counting.
I'm gonna say
Perfect.
some things, then we're gonna open up
Let's hear this.
questions to members
Mm.
of the media,
+1.
and then we'll take some questions from the rest of the audience. I know they are recording.
Poggers, dude.
We will be
Rob,
doing
thank you for the 8 months.
another one of these sessions tomorrow.
Yes.
So, reason for today's press conference, for those who are unaware, there has been a rather public debate over fines and times. There's been a number of state announcements, as well as a lot of quote-unquote official statements that were made all over Twitter. This has left a lot of people confused as to what is up and what is down. So I want to make sure that everybody in Los Santos County
Fuck, I have to go do
at least
laundry.
understands the position of the Los Santos County mayor. And,
Can I go do my laundry?
The truth, as far as I'm aware.
I'll be right back.
Poggers, dude.
Where's this
Earlier today, there was some
Yeah, I'll go put
closed-door
it in and come back.
conversations
Be right back.
that transpired, of which I was not a part of. Subsequently, there was a leak from the police department, resulting in members of the public getting wind that officers were no longer allowed to reduce the fine and time. That took over on Twitter pretty virally. People started to give their opinions. Shortly thereafter, there was a statement noting that legislation was being passed that allied some of this leniency. After I received a number of phone calls and saw on Twitter, as well as phone calls stating that I, the mayor of Los Santos, had the ability to change the fine and the time, that's when I really knew that I needed to figure out what exactly was going on. Two things. One is the allegation and the pointing fingers in my direction. And number two, regardless of if I had this in my power, I needed to know for you. How do these changes affect the constituents of Los Santos County and beyond? I made a phone call directly to Justice Angel. In this phone call, two things were stated. After significant probing, I asked a very simple question. Why does law enforcement no longer have the ability to use discretion? As each of you know, fines and times have never been everything. If you got lawyers in the cells, certain circumstances occur. The demeanor you might conduct yourself in the cells, maybe how long you were down there. Officers have very often reduced the time sentencing. Why did this change? After a lot of probing, the statement was made, it has been illegal. She did not want to make that statement up until then, until I prodded. I then challenged the question, since when do I have the ability to change the fine and time, as I have been strictly told that I cannot manipulate that? I was then told, after 4 questions of assurance, are you sure I can change this? Because I've previously been told I cannot. I was stated, it was told to me, and I'm going to quote, that yes, you can change it. It is in your purview. And finally, that if anything negative comes out of it, it is going to be on the justice. Now, mind you, in this conversation, it was very clear that I had control of the fines throughout the state. And the other mayor, and Mayor Andy Jones, had the control of the times. It was made very clear throughout this. Subsequently, I reduced the fines down to 50%. I then made a state announcement, as you can reference. For those who haven't been awake, we'll publish it on lossantos.me. I immediately received a phone call stating that maybe I should turn it back. Now, all of a sudden, it went from, hey, you got control for this? You got to go bring it back to where it was. So I asked the question, are you ordering me to do this, or are you suggesting this? I was told that it was a suggestion.
People?
Phone call ended.
Wait, what? There was a leak from the PD made public to twatter.
officer
Officers
of the
not
law
allowed to
got
reduce
onto
crims
Twatter
prison time
and
anymore
started
because it's
making a
illegal.
particular
Wait, that's so
reference.
dumb for RP purposes. What
Law
the fuck?
enforcement
Who decided
lives
that?
are
That's
now
such
the
a
cost of one
dumbass
across
fucking
on your
decision.
vehicle.
What?
I went ahead and took a
What
look
does
at
that
the
even
fines and
mean?
times on the MDT.
Was there
Same
like
one
an
you can reference
individual
down at
who
the
did that?
courthouse.
If so, that individual is fucking
And lo and behold, I
stupid.
found out that the judges
Why is that
after
illegal?
this change had immediately upped the
You said that right? Well, I
fines
wasn't here. I wasn't
for a
listening.
number of charges in order to counter this change.
What a
No
dumb fucking
announcement?
decision.
No, nothing. That $50,000 rifle, what is it, revolver charge?
Just makes interactions less of a point.
It was now $125,000.
You can't reward criminals for RPing anymore.
I made a phone call, and I asked the question, what exactly is going on?
I feel like
I was then
if
told
someone gets
due to the
arrested
fact
and then
that
they
I
don't
changed it to
RP, you just give them
50%,
full time,
they're
like
gonna take it
normal. But
upon
then if they
themselves
make it a
to
fun
make sure that these
interaction, you
fines
can
and
just
times are
fucking
balanced. So I asked the question,
like if they
is
make it
this in
fun
my
for you, you
purview,
take some time
or
off,
is it in your
right?
purview? What is the point of a mayor
That's so dumb.
having control of the fines and the times if at a fucking whim it can be changed from underneath you? Where is the conversation
Yeah, it's a game.
with the public? Where is the transparency? Imagine you go to jail tomorrow and all of a sudden the times and fines have changed all of a sudden. Why? Because someone felt like it.
Wait, am I still under him?
I challenged that very question.
Oh.
And I said, is this in my purview or yours? I was then told that I needed to change this.
Yeah, if they spend like an hour
Or
in the
else.
cells, then what?
The fines would get changed once again because apparently officers were making phone calls within a 15-minute period.
Oh, there they are.
I want you to think about this. How
Tony
many
and
phone
Luciano
calls
on the
do you
very
get in
right.
15 minutes? Apparently, a lot of officers were saying they're only worth
Done for
one across
realism?
now, and it needs to change. I wonder who that could have been.
It's a game. It's not real.
One officer calls the judge, and all of a sudden the fines and times are changing. What fucking world do we live in? So I said, listen, we got a funeral. Let's talk about this afterwards. And the answer was no. We're going to keep it this way. I said, what happens when I talk to the PD and we got to go alter these things and we bring it back to 100% like you're really pushing me to do? That means everything's going to fucking double. Doesn't matter. There was no conversation to be had. So I asked the very obvious. Where the fuck is the logic?
This is so boring.
Nobody, whether it's myself as an elected official or anybody with any semblance of power, should be able to wake up on the side of the bed and without, just because they want something to be a certain way, change it right then and there. In fact, I'm gonna mention something that many of you may not know, and I'm gonna apologize for not being more transparent in the past.
Oh my God.
Legislation has been consistently changing.
Where is he?
Without any notification to the public for some time now. Some of you may be aware, when it came to all the legislation that was contested, the Los Santos ones about 3 weeks ago, that wasn't the only case.
Oh my God.
Have a chat with some of your lawyers.
Hi. That was the most boring shit ever.
Yeah. Not surprising. Yeah, Nino tried to do some bullshit today, and then everybody got pissed, and then it was a whole thing.
What did he try to do?
He reduced the amount people were fined by a crazy amount for crimes, but it was like you would get fined 2.5K for shooting cops.
What?
Yeah. And right when he did that, there was just a bunch of people tweeting out, cool, it's time to kill cops, I guess, and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
it's only 2.5K?
Gang-related shooting was like also 2.5K.
What?
Yeah.
So you can just shoot.
But then I guess Angel, like DOJ, stepped in and said you can't just fucking do that, and they got changed back somewhat. So I don't actually know. Let me see how much
3,
they are.
2,
now.
1.